Today, over 1 billion children in the world live in poverty. At Help Heal Humanity, our goal is to connect children in need with people like you who want to make a difference. Our student sponsorship program helps provide children with the necessities for a healthy and successful start to life. When you sponsor a student, you're not only giving them the gift of education, you're giving them the best chance for a brighter future. 100% of your donation supports the tuition fees, uniforms, textbook, and school supplies needed to thrive in a safe and healthy learning environment. Sponsor a student now and be the catalyst for their brighter future.
Welcome to Pursuing Profit with Principles. Have you ever wanted more profit in your company? Well, that's why you're here, right? Because you know that that's what we talk about, is getting more profit in your company. I am so delighted to welcome my guest today, Sherry Knight of Dimension 11 out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Did I say that all correctly, Sherry?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wow, I'm impressed.
Not to be confused with Regina, but Regina. Awesome. Sherry, I am so excited about what we have to talk about today. Woo! Folks, we've been working on this for a while. Sherry and I want to visit with you about an upcoming event that we have. In just a couple of weeks. It's coming fast, isn't it, Sherry?
Exactly.
I know.
Yes.
I look at the calendar and I'm like, oh no, where'd that last week go? Where'd that one go? So let's talk a little bit about this. The title of our event is, first of all, it's a 5-day challenge, and we have so much information. So much information is the wrong word. So many things that you're going to be able to do during that 5-day challenge to transform your business into a profit-making machine. We're not going to be there just to give you information, but to help you, to hold your hand, to take you on this journey of what you need to do in your business to have a profit-making machine. Right, Sherry?
You bet. Yes. Everything just gets systematized and away you go.
And away you go. And that's day 3, is we're going to talk about systems. So Sherry, tell us a little bit about this event.
Well, this event is for all of you who are out there who are going, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I want to get ahead in my business. I want it to be really successful, and I'm just not certain. Or it could also be you people who are quite certain, but are going, I know what to do, but I don't know how to do it. Sometimes you just need somebody to hold your hand. So that's what this is about. This is about holding your hand, because Regina's really, really good at that. And I'm pretty good too.
I was going to say, we're both pretty good hand holders.
Yes, we are. And so the whole idea is, come along on the journey. We'll be together for these 5 days. And what you will come away with is the beginnings of all the processes that you need to put into place, starting with number 1, your own head, to get things going so that you'll be able to look at your numbers, know your numbers, put your systems in place, and be the leader that you know you are. You already
Absolutely.
are. We're just not certain that everybody else knows it yet.
Yeah, right. So we want to make sure that everybody sees the amazing leader that you are, and they want to follow you. And so, yeah, it's great to be a leader, but you don't have any followers, and that's a challenge, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So we have 5 days lined up for you folks. And we start on Monday, the 18th of July. Wow.
Correct.
Already July. We start on Monday, the 18th of July. And we will be meeting every day for that week at 10 a.m. Central Time, 9 Mountain. That would be 8 Pacific and 11 Eastern, and I'll let the rest of you figure that out on your own.
You've got it.
I gave you 4. You can look up the rest. So every day for that week, we will be coming to you with information. You'll have a workbook. We'll have, things for you to go do in your business, ways that you can grow your business. We're going to, in addition to that, in addition to getting Sherry and I both every day for 5 days, wow, you're also going to have the opportunity to sit in with some guest presentations. So we have 5 guest presenters coming that week. Now, that will not be at our 10 a.m. slot. That's going to be a little later in the day, and we'll get you more information on that when you register and all of that. But we have 5 amazing people that are going to be sharing their knowledge with you as well. So let's kind of walk through it, Sherry, day by day. What are we looking at? Day 1 is yours.
We're talking about basically mindset on day 1. And if you want to create your own economy, you have to have the mindset that says, I'm the one here. That's so important to getting this done. And oftentimes there were messages that you heard as a kid often that said, you can't do this. There's not enough money. Money doesn't grow on trees. You got to work hard. I don't know what messages you heard when you were young, but I probably heard them all.
Yeah, I heard a lot of those too,
right?
And then some.
and then we grow up and we work hard, we do all the things that we were told as a youngster.
Right.
Sometimes we're still not getting where we want to get to. And so that first session is how to put that mindset in place so that we can go through the rest of the week and go through the rest of the business building so that we're getting where we want to get to. Because Regina, on day 2, Regina's talking about numbers, and this makes a huge, huge difference when you understand where your business is going. So now, Regina, you tell us about that one.
All right. So day 2 is one of my favorites. We are going to talk about the 5 steps to profit. 5 critical steps that every small business owner must address in order to attract new clients and generate more revenue and begin to transform your business by implementing in these 5 areas. It's going to be awesome. Yes.
I know, because I've already been through this with her. It is. Trust me, it is. Oh, dear. And then on day 3, that's when we tackle those systems elements. And Regina, tell us about the systems that you're going to focus on here.
Awesome. So we are going to address the types of systems that every business owner needs to have in place in order to have a repeatable business. So many times we start off in a business and we build the business around ourselves. We're the central hub, if you will, and everything happens around us. And if we're not there, the business falls apart. Well, we need systems for sales, for marketing, for even how you answer the phone. We need scripts in our business. We need things that make it repeatable so that anyone can step into any position and create the same level of success. And they're not trying to find their way around. It's all there for them.
It's critical. And the part that Regina didn't address is if you're a solo entrepreneur, you're probably trying to do it all. And you need the time to do the parts that you do so well, but you also need the skill, i.e. the system, to be able to interview and talk to VAs or whatever, contractors, whoever it is that's going to allow you to focus on what you do best and let them look after the rest.
Yes, and you want to know how to find those people that excel at the things that are not your strengths.
That's right.
So that they are, masters of their field like you are masters of yours.
I laugh when you say that, Regina, because it was just the other day I was talking to one of my clients who said, I know, Sherry, I know that I should never hire anybody that's as good as I am in where I am good. And I go, you got it.
You got it.
Two of you. We need one of you and one of somebody else.
Yes.
True.
And so part of that is really identifying what your strengths are. We don't always know. We haven't taken the time to inventory ourselves and know what our strengths are. And so part of that is doing that assessment of yourself and what is it that you're good at? What is it you really enjoy doing? And then figuring out how you can have other people do the rest. So sometimes as a small business owner, we're worried about the economic concerns of that. Well, I can't hire somebody. I can't put somebody on payroll. There are lots of ways that you can accomplish that. From, as you mentioned, hiring a VA, hiring somebody in-house, bartering with someone.
Yes.
You know, maybe you're terrible at numbers, but you know this accountant who's wonderful at numbers, or this bookkeeper, and you barter maybe some of your skills in exchange for their skills.
Yes.
You know, so there are ways around that. And the more you do of that, the more help you bring into your business, the more business you will have, because it's not relying on just you. And then you'll be able to add those in economically. You'll be able to add the budget in for that.
Well, and the other part of that is, as business owners, our job is to go out and get the business. Now,
Exactly.
that's where we come from. And so that means somebody has to do the work. But
Right.
most of us as solo entrepreneurs, we go get the business, we stop marketing, and we
Yeah.
do the business.
Right.
And then go, oh, I don't know how I'm going to eat next month.
Yeah.
And so now
Because I'm done with this client, so
yes, right?
I got to go get another one.
Exactly. And so we have to get out of that rat race, and we
Yeah.
have to get a system in place so that we
Right.
can make this work for us, so that you have that opportunity to go home and spend some time with your family. Because if you're like most business owners, especially if in the first 3 to 5 years, you are working your butt off.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
don't get to see the kids grow up.
Yeah.
That's sad. So let's
And
make
that's,
sure that happens.
can we talk about that for just a moment before we go into the next day as well? Because some of you may be hearing this and saying, I don't have time to do this.
Yes, right.
I don't have time for the next 5 days to spend going to this.
Yeah.
Because I'm overwhelmed already. I'm already working, 50, 60 hours a week, just trying to stay afloat. How am I going to do this? And you have to step back and recognize that what you'll come away from with this is more time.
That's
As
right.
you implement systems and things are duplicatable in your business and other people can do them, and you're just more organized. You're not spending time searching for things. Do you know how many hours people spend a week searching for things just because of a lack of organization? Sherry could probably tell you the number off the top of her head, but it's huge. It's huge. Been there, done that.
Mhm. We
As
all
they say,
have.
bought the t-shirt, right? Don't want to do that. And
Mhm.
so as you come to something like this and you implement, it's not enough just to come and listen. Don't do that. Don't come if you're just going to come and listen, okay? We want you to come and implement in your business, because we want to transform your business into that profit-making machine that allows you to have that time, as Sherry said, with your family, that time that you're not so stressed out anymore. You're not laying awake at night worrying about things, and your business is running so much smoother. But there's a level of investment that you have to do in yourself and in your business in order to make that happen. And part of that investment is time.
Mhm. Time is absolutely critical. You can make more money. You can have more friends. You can have more clients. You cannot have more time.
True,
So
true.
all we have is the time we've been given. We just have to figure out how to use it better. That's all
Right.
it is. Mhm.
So Sherry, what are some of the systems that you're going to be teaching about on Wednesday? Because we're both teaching on Wednesday about systems.
That's right. One of them is time. That's a really important one from my perspective. So we'll talk in terms of time, and we'll also talk in terms of what do we need to do in terms of looking at the systems that we set up around us, meaning our physical space. What is it that we have to do to make sure that we are getting the utmost out of what we do?
Oh, so important.
Mhm.
So very important.
You
Yes.
bet.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about day 4. Day 4 is all about increasing profit and revenue. Did
Right.
you know that there are 40 areas in your business that when you make small incremental improvements to them, there's a dramatic impact on your bottom line? We're going to learn
40.
about what those 40.
40.
Yes. So we're going to learn some of those. We're going to see some scenarios of how that works in your business, and what it takes to start to transform in these areas.
Good show.
Good. Sherry, what's Friday?
Oh, that's on leadership. We're all leaders, right? But the discrepancy is, if we're leaders in our business, that means we're standing out front. We're allowing everybody, if we have staff, we are allowing everybody to kick us in the bottom because we're out front. And that's where you need to be when you're the leader of your business. So we'll talk about what the elements are that make a great leader. And let me tell you, I'll just give you a hint. First one, that whole element about trust. Do your clients trust you? Does your family trust you? Do your staff or your VAs or your contractors, etc., do they trust you? That's one of the critical elements. And then we'll go into some others that are really important so that you become the leader that you already know you are, but you're showing it, you're living it, you're breathing it, so that helps you in terms of marketing, because marketing is building those relationships.
Yes.
And if you're a leader, building relationships is easier.
Yes.
It's just easier.
It is. That is so true, Sherry. And Sherry is teaching that one, folks, on Friday. All right. So we've got our Monday through Friday. Now let's talk about kind of the format of that. And then we've got some special things to share with you over and above that. So
before we get there, Regina, can you tell our people who are listening here, tell us about you, because you are an amazing individual who helps businesses all over the world get where they want to get to. So tell us a little bit about Regina.
I will, if you will, tell about you.
You go first.
All right. So many of my listeners know this, but I come from a very entrepreneurial background. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a child, from babysitting, cleaning people's houses, doing things, fundraisers for charitable organizations, things of that nature. One of my greatest successes was also one of my greatest failures. And I think that's true for a lot of us. Mm-hmm. And that was that I had co-created a regional staffing firm. We started off as just one small office in a town of 9,000 people, and grew to where we had 6 offices in 2 states with 3 divisions we were running. I say I co-created, but 6 years into this 12-year journey, my partner passed away from cancer, my business partner. And I continued the business, and our growth really kind of took off a lot after that. We were doing between $4 and $5 million of revenue when I closed the business in 2009 due to the financial crash of 2008. Mm-hmm. My market disappeared. It was gone. We called every client and every prospect that we had, and every one of them said, we're not doing anything for 6 to 9 months until we see what's happening with this economy. Mm-hmm. Well, I had 25 people on staff. I had 200 employees placed with clients. I couldn't keep it open. I had to close the doors. So that drives a lot of what I do. Is I don't want other people experiencing what I experienced. So I want to help you create a business that can survive, that hopefully whatever comes our way. Obviously, after this last 2 years, we can't predict what's coming our way, right? But hopefully a business that will give you a better shot at survival. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. And a business that also gives you an exit strategy. Because I'm not just about profit acceleration, which is really important. The revenue is important, yes, because you can't have profit without revenue. But you don't have to exponentially grow your revenue in order to exponentially grow your profit. There are things that you can do on the profit side that aren't necessarily tied to exponential revenue. And most folks don't know that. Most business owners just don't know that. We don't know what we don't know, as we say. And so my job is to share that. But also, when you build your business properly, we've talked about systems. We're going to talk about some of those 5 steps that are so important. Those things, when you build your business properly, now you have a business that when you're ready to go on to something else, whether that's retire or maybe you want another business or whatever it is, You have a business that you can sell. Here in the States, 95% of business owners who call a business broker about selling their business have nothing to sell. Brokers turn away 95% of the calls that they get.
It's true.
I don't want that for any of you. I don't want that. So yeah, my job is to find that profit. You spend 15 minutes with me, I can show you the possibilities for a business your size of what's available in profit, revenue, and value in your business. In 15 minutes, I can share that with you. And then if you're interested, we go deeper and look in your company specifically. Where's the profit in your business? Where's the revenue in your business that you haven't tapped into yet? Yeah.
Makes total sense.
Awesome. All right. So let's hear about Miss Sherry Knight.
Oh, well, like Regina, I started my first business. I was 10 years old and Christmas was coming and I had no money to go and buy gifts, and I wanted to buy some gifts for my parents. And I don't like winter, but I live in a country where we have minus 50 in the wintertime. I was not going to go out and shovel snow. I was too young to babysit, but I saw this little wee ad, probably in the back of a comic book, that said, come sell Christmas wrap, Christmas paper, etc. The place was called Regal Stationery. I thought, I can do that. And so you had to send $50 with your first order. No $50.
Right.
So my dad grabbed me by the hand, took me down to the local bank, and I got my first bank loan at the age of 10.
I love it.
Oh, son.
I love it.
Oh, dear. So I did that for several years. But as an adult, I got into this business of helping others. Experiencing burnout myself 3 times, finally figured out what the signs are. So that hasn't happened since. But that aspect about doing things that you think are right and then finding out they're wrong.
Yeah.
And there's only one person to blame, self. I've had marvelous years and I've had awful years. One situation was, went out and bought a business. I didn't run it. I put somebody else in to run it. Bad idea on my part because I didn't pay attention. I should have paid attention because it cut us off at the knees and I had to go bankrupt over it.
Wow.
Horrible. But that's where I'm coming from in terms of I've been at the top. I've been at the bottom. So let's make sure that you don't get to the bottom. Let's put the things in place. Let's do that element of what you need so that you are going to be successful in what you do. And part of it is people, performance, and profits. Regina talks about the profits. They are critical. And yet it's the people that you have in your business, meaning you, if you're a sole entrepreneur, and the performance that you put out or the performance your staff puts out so that you can get to that profit. So that's where we're coming from.
Awesome. So we have a lot of shared history here, folks, a lot of things similar in our backgrounds. Sherry, we've got just a few minutes left. I want to talk quickly about our guests that we have, our guest presenters.
Exciting.
Yes. So why don't you take the first 2, Jason and Tammy, and I'll take the other 2, the next
good.
2.
And we'll do this quickly. You bet.
Yeah.
Jason Tracy is one of those amazing salespersons. He wanted to know about sales and he went out and went, I got to study this. And he did study it. And then he went out and he practiced. And now he teaches other people how to be really successful in sales. He's amazing. And then there's Tammy Lee, and she gets into the guts of a business, right? She talks about the culture of your business and how that whole spiritual element, not talking church here, not talking religion, but the spirit of your business and how important that is for you to be able to be comfortable in it and for other people to be comfortable in it. Over to you.
Awesome. Then we have James Lamb from Look Ahead Marketing. And James he does an amazing job of helping people recognize their strengths and also create those marketing paths to take you where you want to go. He helps people launch programs, launch events, those kinds of things as well. And we have Michael James of Noggin Finance. Michael has put together the largest network in the world of people who lend money to others. financial people. The network has 1,500 people in it at this point, 1,500 organizations in it. And they service, like the 80% of people that the banks won't loan to, they will. And within 3 to 5 minutes of applying, you have an answer. So awesome. And then we have our final guest presenter, which is going to be on the Monday of, we start on Monday, go through Friday, 18th through the 22nd. The following Monday on the 25th, we're going to have a closing session. And Monica Bozanov is going to be our guest presenter at that one. Monica is a wealth coach, but Sherry talked in the beginning here about day one is about mindset. Monica's work comes back to overcoming those things in our history that you talked about, Sherry, and how to overcome that. And she uses a program called EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique, or tapping is another way it's called. And we're actually going to do a live tapping session. You will get amazing results from that.
That's great.
Yes. So we'll wind up on Monday, the 25th will be our final session. Folks, we hope that you will join us. We are, oops, I didn't put that on here. Let me put this link here as we wrap up. Let me copy this link real quick and put it across here so you can see it and click on it. Sorry, my bad about that. And show it. There we go. There it is. So https://bit.ly/5-day-profit-making-machine. 5-day profit-making machine. That's what we're going to make out of your business, is a profit-making machine. So
and
we hope you'll join us.
Yes, please.
We hope
Let
you'll
us
join us.
do what we can to get you on the right road.
Exactly. And we look forward to it. All of the details are there on that. There's even an opportunity for you to bring a guest at half price, so you can split the cost and get in for less than the event itself. And the prices are so reasonable, folks. I promise you, you're not going to get this kind of value anywhere else. It's a great value for the price that's on there. So we welcome you. We hope you'll join us. Go check out the landing page, and we look to see you on the 25th.
You bet.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
If you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with WendyY Bailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, Income Acceleration Mentor, WendyY Bailey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. This is another bonus episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. And yes, I am indeed WendyY Bailey. And, I want to come to you today to talk about what you need to think before you scale your coaching business. I'm going to get into a little bit of detail in just a minute, but let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Welcome again to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. And, this is a show that we go live. We release episodes for twice a week. On Tuesdays is the guest episode. On Thursdays is the bonus episode. So here we are today with a bonus episode. If you miss any of the episodes, you can check out all of the past episodes at profitablecoachingconversations.com. You can also become a member of the society. I would love to support you. Go to profitablecoachingsociety.com. It's a growing community of coaches and content creators and course creators and mentors and strategists just like you. And they're there. We're all sharing best practices. We're sort of jumping in and being part of the sharing there to add value to the entire community. You can watch this on Thursdays. We're here live on LinkedIn, in my private Facebook community, the Profitable Coaching Society. And we're also on YouTube, on the Profitable Coaching Conversations YouTube channel. Again, if you miss any episodes, you can go and get Profitable Coaching Conversations and you'll see the latest episodes there. We're also on all of the audio podcast directories and platforms. So wherever you listen to your podcast, just search for Profitable Coaching Conversations and you'll find the show. Lastly, this week on Monday, we started airing on Roku on the Diamond Experience Factor Network. And so the bonus episodes are also going to be showing on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick, and I think there's another one. But we're excited about saying hello and welcoming new viewers to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. I'm WendyY Bailey, and most people call me WendyY. Yes, you do pronounce the second Y. And I'm a 20-year veteran master business and sales coach. I love what I do. I coach other coaches and mentors and strategists, etc., on how to master business, marketing, and sales. For business, we talk about processes and systems. We talk about automation. For marketing, we talk about visibility strategies and what you do to get seen, known, and heard in the marketplace. And then sales is the third area. And I believe sales is a conversation. And that means a sales conversation where you are talking one-to-one, you're talking one-to-many. You're also writing conversationally in your email marketing as well as in your copy for your website. So all of those things really bring my experience and my expertise together, and I serve my clients really, really well. So let's jump into our topic. When I thought about scaling my business, I've thought about it a couple of times and I've attempted a couple of times, but then I got stopped by something. So what I realized is you've got to be in the right frame of mind to scale your coaching business. Scaling is a buzzword these days. Every expert in the industry, in the marketplace, is talking about what you need to do to scale your coaching business. The reason for it is because as an industry, as a community, as a world, we understand the need for downtime. We understand the need for balance. We understand the need for growth. We understand the need for opportunity to balance life in a big way. And part of that is making sure that you're able to step into a different role in your coaching business. Now, even though I'm talking about for your coaching business, this message that I'm giving you today is really for more than just the coach, right? It's for an entrepreneur who is in business. Because again, it really is about preparing your business for growth. That's really what scaling means. It means you understand that it's time for you to stop working in your business. That means you're doing the day-to-day tasks, and it's time for you to work on your business. And working on your business means that you are overseeing the growth, the progress of your business. You're the visionary, you're the business development person who is really the face of your business, the face of your brand. And because of that capacity, you're not caught into the minutia of the everyday. And in order to step away from the minutia to work on your business versus in your business, a large part of what you have to do is to adjust your mindset. That's why today's topic is what you need to think before you scale your coaching business. I'm kind of thinking about it, and I think I'm going to do a couple of other scale type of topics so this is going to be a series next month or next week. I think I want to do something on what you need to do or what you need to know to scale your business. So just tune back in. We're here every Thursday in the 2 p.m. Eastern hour. And if you're catching us on the replay, just type replay in the comments. Let me know you were here so that I can, say hello to you. Of course, if you have any questions along the way, you can also pose your questions and I'll go back to the platforms and see how I can support you with answers. So what you need to think before you scale your coaching business really does involve your mindset. My personal mantra is mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. The first thing you must do is serve from your zone of genius. You can't be in your zone of genius, right? You can't be outside of that and trying to be all things to all people. You can't be a Jill or Jack of all trades if you truly want to scale your business. It requires a different way of thinking. It requires focus. And one of the key things I see my clients do is they have this fear of missing out. So if you somehow narrow your target or you narrow your focus, you think you're going to leave people out. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. The truth is your clients want a specialist. They don't want a generalist. They want a specialist, someone that they can come and talk to that has a deep area of experience, of expertise, of education that can support them in achieving their biggest goals. Think of it like a physician. In 2019, I changed doctors. I went to a new doctor. It was a primary care physician. And, he's a generalist. As a primary care physician, he's a generalist, an internist, a general medical doctor, whatever. They're a generalist, right? And when he saw me, he did a thorough exam and he made referrals to specialists because of the problems that I raised with him, right? So he sent me to people whose area of specialty is focusing on those particular areas of problem that I had. Right? The same thing applies to coaching. Coaches don't want a generalist. So if you're calling yourself a generalist, or you're saying to yourself that, I'm a life coach or I'm a business coach and I do everything, and I want to serve everybody with some skin on them. First thing, you want to be a specialist, because what happens when you're a specialist as a coach, your ability to coach someone deep into an area really does surface. And that's really what you want. You want your clients to know that you can go wide and deep in those areas and it makes a world of difference. Like I focus on infrastructure, marketing, and sales. Yeah, those are 3 areas, but they're very closely related. I don't teach people how to speak or go get speaking gigs. I don't teach people how to write a book. There are coaches who do that. I even have some coaches in my academy that do that. There are other areas that I don't focus on. When I talk about visibility, I talk about, strategy for marketing and things like that. But I don't teach you how to do your social media. I don't tell you what platforms. I give you a strategy for how to do that. But here's my point. When you're in your coaching business, you want to be a specialist. And in order to scale your business, you've got to narrow your focus so that it's clear what you do and how you can serve and support your clients in that particular area of specialization. So serving from your zone of genius really gives you more freedom. It doesn't make you miss out on serving people, right? Stop being a Jack or a Jill of all trades. Get really, really clear about the area you want to focus on and in, and really start to serve from that area as a specialist in that area. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is serve and support your ideal clients only. I should have even capitalized ideal, Because if you're working with less than ideal clients, then you're diluting your marketing efforts. You're trying to, be again a Jack and Jill of all trades to people. And that's not really going to help you and serve you when you get ready to scale your business. Thinking about your ideal client means that you have such clarity about who your ideal client is. You can almost see them coming. You can see when they post something, or if they ask a question, or if you meet them at a networking event. They're easily identifiable to you because they're your ideal client and you know them so well. When you serve and support your ideal clients only, then your attraction for them, to them, grows as well. And it positions you to serve a lot of your ideal clients, or what I call a SCA of your ideal clients. That's really what you want, because the more you serve that one ideal client in that group or sea of ideal clients, the more you become known as the go-to expert for that ideal client. That also allows you to serve, because it also allows you to identify the spaces and places where your ideal client hangs out. It really serves you well and serves the client really well, because they know they can come to you for what they need. I have clients that work with me and have worked with me off and on for years. And it's because they know when they come to me, they're going to produce a certain result, and I'm going to hold them accountable for producing that result. And because of that, it makes a world of difference for them. In how I'm able to really deepen their experience and help them achieve greater results. Now, for me, it helps me because I know exactly who is my ideal client and who isn't my ideal client. And I'm focused on attracting my ideal client by going to the right spaces and places where they hang out. It helps me to know what I need to say to them, the messaging of all of my marketing, the kind of content I create, the kind of promises I make, the kind of transformation they're seeking. All of that is tied to your ideal clients. When you serve your ideal clients only, then you are really saying, here I am, right? And it's almost like a pool of fish, right? When they're attracted to something, they all come. When you are clear about who your ideal client is, you're attracting that pool of clients, just like the pool of fish. School of fish, isn't it? School of fish. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. The next thing you want to know is you want to think about is how you replicate yourself. And I tried this a couple of times several years ago to replicate myself. And what I mean by that is identify people that can do what you do and serve your clients at the same time. I see folks are starting to pop on. Hey, Dee, good to see you. When you are thinking about replicating yourself, years ago when I attempted to do it, I literally had a waiting list for one-on-one clients. And I had a colleague that I had just started to get to know. And when I started working with one particular client, I thought she would be a great match for this coach. This coach would be a great match for her. She would be a great match for the coach. And, just in terms of follow-up, I've sent them, told them to connect and meet each other. And then when I followed up about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks later, not ago, but 2 weeks later to check and see how they were doing, the client actually told me that she started talking to the coach, and the coach basically told her she was on the wrong path. And I was horrified. Because I thought, oh my gosh, this is somebody who is a client of mine. This is somebody who's a colleague of mine. Yet she still was like poo-pooing my client's dreams. And I didn't like that. So that shut it down for me trying to replicate myself. But here's what I learned from that. When you focus on, really vetting the people that you want to serve your clients, you're going to get some real cream of the crop people, coaches, people who serve the same community that you do. And it's going to make a world of difference for how they show up. The way that I replicate myself today is I replicate and elevate coaches from within my academy membership. And the reason I do it that way is because I get to see how they show up. I get to see their work product. I get to see how they coach. I get to see their energy, their efforts. I get to really know them and vet them properly. And so far, I've vetted one coach in my academy, and I've elevated her, and she's going to start coaching clients within the academy. I want to do more of that. When you replicate yourself, it gives you more freedom so that you can focus on building the business. It gives you more freedom so you can focus on, honing your skills in another way. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. When you replicate yourself, it gives you the freedom to be the CEO of your business. And that's what you want when you're considering scaling. When you begin to scale, it means your mindset totally shifts from being the worker bee to being the queen bee. It means that you shift from being the working in your business coach to working on your business coach. It gives you the foresight and the insight to really manage your brand in a much more strategic way. Replicating yourself gives you more freedom to do the things that help the business to grow. Okay. And then the next one I want to give you, and this is going to be a real meaty one. So let me pause right here and just kind of remind you guys that, I'm here. And if you're watching this, be sure that you type replay in the comments if you're watching the replay. If you're here, I see you're still here, Dee. Thank you so much for being here. If you have questions, you can post them in the comments as well. I'm live streaming on LinkedIn, in my private Facebook community at profitablecoachingsociety.com, and on, I said Facebook, YouTube, on the Profitable Coaching Conversations YouTube channel as well. If you missed any of the episodes before, you can go to profitablecoachingconversations.com and catch all the latest episodes. Okay. Now, I've been giving you what you should think before you scale your coaching business. And so far, I've told you that it's important for you to serve from your zone of genius. That's number one. Number two is that you serve and support your ideal clients only. Number three is that you replicate yourself. And five, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail around, because so much around scaling your business is about boundaries, right? No is a complete sentence. When you say no to certain things, it means you're saying yes to other things. So when you're scaling, you have to be very, very, very discriminating about how you spend your time, how you spend your effort, how you spend your energy, what you invest in. I like to say the people on LinkedIn are really off the rails. I get communication several times a day from people who are like, hey, want to connect with you, saw you. And then immediately after I accept their connection, because I do my little, vetting, my little review or whatever, they want to schedule time with me. They want to tell me about a new product they have. They want to tell me about a webinar they're hosting. They want to tell me about how they can help me get more clients. It is so extreme to me that people think just because they made a connection that means that I should want to do business with them. I actually had someone on LinkedIn who endorsed me in a couple of categories and then came back and said, now you need to endorse me. And I was like, but I don't know you. I don't know you. So think about how you preserve your boundaries and how you strengthen your boundaries so that you can focus the time on scaling your business. You can focus your time on the right things that will help you to scale your business. Last thing I want to say about LinkedIn, when you are building relationships with people, what you want to be sure that you focus on is the relationship. It's not about what you can do for people and hitting people overhead and saying, I'm here, you need to work with me. You got to have a strategy for how you connect with people, how you attract clients, how you convert clients and enroll them, how you retain clients. That's a strategy. And to me, hitting people over the head on LinkedIn is not a strategy, right? You've got to be in a place where you know what your strategy is that focuses you on building the relationship. That's really the key. You want to focus your strategy on building the relationship. You got to have really solid boundaries to make that happen. Okay. So here are some ways that you can build stronger and clearer boundaries. The first is to treasure your time. I told you that when people reach out to me and they say, can you book 15 minutes with me? I'm not okay with that. Not with everybody. You've got to be discerning about how you spend your time. Treasure your time. I block off Fridays, and I rarely do calls on Fridays, and that's my down day, right? I may do some work, but it's because I choose to, not because I have to. I try not to book appointments on Friday. Saturdays, I book calls, I book sessions. I even do clubhouse rooms sometimes on Saturdays. I don't mind doing that. Sunday, I don't do that either. Sundays are my days for worship and peace and rest and whatever else I want to do. And Mondays are my admin days. Now, I'm sharing that with you because you've got to block out the time on your calendar, because the time you put on your calendar shows where you put your effort. It shows where you're investing your energy. There's a commercial several years ago that came on, and it was a Church of Latter-day Saints commercial. And there was a little boy, he was like maybe, I'm going to say 5 years old, and his mom was working at the desk in the home office, and he picked up her planner and was kind of like, what's this? And she said, oh, that's the book that I put all of my important appointments with people I really want to spend time with. And he was like, well, am I in there? Do you have me listed in your book? And it's such a heartwarming kind of thought, because where you spend your time and how you allocate time on your calendar reveals what you value. It reveals what you're invested in. It reveals how you show up in your world and what's important. I had to learn that, right? I had to learn that. It takes you blocking time on your calendar. It takes the priorities that you set being reflected in your calendar. Whenever I get overwhelmed, I go to my calendar and I take certain things off or block certain time. There are days when I'm not monitoring some things, and because I have appointments coming in from different directions for different purposes, that I have a fully booked day. And I often find myself going, well, how did I do that? And then I have to revisit my calendar. So treasuring your time is really, really crucial. Treasuring your time is crucial. The second aspect of having stronger and clearer boundaries is to grow your talents and skills strategically. You don't need to be on every free call, on every free webinar, on every training that somebody is offering. You don't need to do that. You need to think, as you're beginning to scale your business, what's going to be the next important type of training that I want to have? What's the skill that I want to have in my toolkit going forward as I'm moving to scale? My personal example is I'm certified in NLP, but I'd like to increase my NLP skills by becoming a master NLP coach, a master NLP trainer. And when I do that, it's going to serve me in doing what I want to do in the next iteration of my business. This is the next vision that I have. I want to train people on NLP. So think about how you want to grow your skills in a way that helps with your scale, that helps with you elevating the business, right? You want to do that. You want to do that. The next thing is to eliminate all tolerations. All tolerations. One of my colleagues is Dr. Fred Jones, and he is a book coach. And he says, go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. Then you will be appreciated, and then you will be compensated. I love that. He's got all these really cool catchphrases. And what I've learned from him, and what I know from my own experience of 20 years, is when you're in the midst of toleration, and I know that's sort of a coaching term, I'm going to clarify that in just a minute. But when you're in the midst of things that you're tolerating, or situations or people that you're tolerating, people that tolerate you rather than celebrate you, it ends up being like a barrier to your success. It is a hurdle that you have to jump over. It becomes a challenge for you, because you got to deal with the toleration before you can get to where you truly aspire to be. When I talk about a toleration, I'm talking about, a physically cluttered environment. I'm talking mental clutter. I'm talking relationships where people don't support you. Maybe it's your spouse or your spouse. Maybe it is your friends that don't understand what it looks like to be an entrepreneur, and to be focused on growing your business. Maybe it is, family, whatever it is. Those are tolerations, right? And by toleration, I want you to understand is you're tolerating it, right? You're dealing with it, you're accepting it. And so the goal when you eliminate tolerations is to elevate your thinking and get rid of situations that don't serve you. Get rid of relationships that don't support you. Get rid of the physical and mental clutter because it's not serving you well. Okay. So eliminating all tolerations is a big part of having really great boundaries. That goes to the next one. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you. I have what I call a success team. My success team includes my coach that I pay for, my therapist that I pay for, my best friend who I know at any time of day or night I can call and she's there to support me, my business besties who work with in the marketplace. They have their own businesses. Some of them are coaches, and we can bounce ideas off of each other. Sometimes they are my thought partners where I'm like, I got a quick idea. What do you think of this? Or I'm using this. Do you need, a different tool I can use instead of this? That's a business bestie to me. You also, under business bestie, you may want to include accountability buddies, right? People who are on a path to achieve certain goals. And because they're on a path to achieve certain goals, just like you are, you guys hold each other accountable for the progress. You set goals and you set timelines. And based on that, your accountability buddies are there to say, did you hit your goal? What happened? What got in the way? Are you close to hitting your goal? How can we speed this up? Because I know you want to really make this happen. That's an accountability buddy. Also on my success team, are my digital mentors. Digital mentors are people that you learn from. You may not know them personally, but you read their books, you watch their videos. I may be your digital mentor because you're watching this particular episode, right? A digital mentor is someone that you find great wisdom from. You gain a lot of value from what they share in the marketplace. And they're important because they give you perspective, right? They give you a different insight sometimes to how you may be thinking of something. And because of that, you want to have digital mentors in your life. It may be a podcast. Hello, Mountain of Inspiration. Good to see you. So, when you think about what digital mentors can do for you, they add value, they give you perspective, they validate your thinking. That's a digital mentor for you. I also have, family members. My son, who's 32 years old, he's a life coach as well. He's certified in life coaching. And he's a best-selling author, just like I am. He uses what he does differently than I do. But I love hearing his millennial perspective about things because it keeps me on the straight and narrow about that millennial perspective. Millennials are not my ideal clients, but it's okay because he really lends a different perspective for me to see what's going on. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you. Everybody that I talked about in terms of my success team, I want to encourage you and challenge you to build out whoever that is, right? Build out your business bestie. And, typically when you have a success team, it is not a huge amount of people, right? It's a small number. I literally can cover all of the members of my success team. If I include my pastor and my prayer partner, I can include all of the members of my success team and I won't use all 10 fingers, right? That's how you want to be. Your success team should be intimate. It should be, close to you. You can have friends or acquaintances is what I call them, but your success team is part of what helps you succeed. So you want to be sure that they are close-knit, tight-knit. They may not even know each other, and that's okay, but they're close-knit, tight-knit with you. And because of that, they're really supporting your success. Think of your success team as the gas that fuels the engine that drives success in your business, right? Think of your success team in that way. Then you can vet properly and you can make sure the right people are in your world for the occasion and the season that you're in. The next thing I want to talk about, these last two are really, really crucial. Challenge yourself to achieve bigger goals. What's the old adage? If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. Yeah, you need to challenge yourself, push the boundaries of your goals, create bigger goals. I was watching an interview, I want to say a couple of years ago, Jamie Lou, a couple of weeks ago. Sorry, fire truck. Yeah, sorry, fire truck. But Jamie Lee Curtis, who's a very well-known actress, she's the actress who's been in the Halloween series and she's been in a couple of other movies. She's the daughter of Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh. And she said that for a long time she was in hiding, and she turned 60 something. I don't remember the exact number, but she turned 60 something. And instead of hiding, she decided she was going to start saying yes to a lot more opportunities that came her way. And in the process of saying yes, she created her own production team. She got, bigger gigs, movie parts and television roles. And it just opened up her whole world. And the way that I see that is she set her mind to achieve bigger goals that she had hidden from before, goals that she had sort of shrunk away from. When you challenge yourself to achieve bigger goals, that whole idea of scaling your business comes easy. You start to see different opportunities and aspects that you can implement in your business that will serve and support you in a huge way. Okay. And the next one is this is the last one, and this is very, very important as well. Challenge yourself to pursue bigger dreams. Challenge yourself to pursue bigger dreams. One of the reasons I started this web TV show and audio podcast was because I wanted more exposure for my business. That was my goal. That was my dream. The other part of it for me was to be in a situation where I could highlight other people, to be in a situation where I could have great conversations with people whose dreams are elevated, people whose goals are bigger than mine, people who are doing amazing things. And so I created this platform for that reason. That's why I do the guest episodes. I do the bonus episodes because they've given me such tremendous energy and fuel that I'm always thinking bigger than I ever did before, right? I stepped away from it for a minute, because of some personal challenges. But what I found as I've come back to doing the bonus episodes and releasing the guest episodes that have been recorded and all that good stuff is my dreams about what this web TV show and audio podcast can be and will be and is being are much bigger. I told you hello to the Roku people. That just started this week. Roku, Fire Stick, all of that is on the Diamond Factory Experience Network. So I'm excited that my bigger dreams, my bigger goals are really starting to come to fruition. So that's all I had for today. As a reminder, I am on Clubhouse every week. Join the Profitable Coaching Club at profitablecoachingclub.com. You can join it there. I host a room every single week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. There where I host those rooms, there is a panel that I assemble. I handpick everybody to be on the stage, to be up there with me, to be sharing in the way that I think supports the community, the 3,000 member club that I have on Clubhouse. Would love to host you there. And then I also do some training rooms from time to time. And when I say training rooms, it means I come on and I share content and I give people, I give you strategies and technologies and apps and all kind of stuff as part of that. So follow me on Clubhouse, join the Profitable Coaching Club. I'll be back next week for another episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with WendyY Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from WendyY and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.
Get ready to be transformed. Join us online on July 22nd and 23rd, 2022 at the Celebrate You Virtual Women's Conference. This is where you will expand your faith, your family, and your finances. Get strategies and inspiration from Lawana Bradford, Dr. Duran Shea, Barbara Beckley, Shay Brown, Deborah Morrison, Larcinia White, Audra Agin, Mary Ellen Siganovich, Tracy Oriomi, Marva Riley, Sammy Blendell, Wendy Corner, Jacqueline Lulu Brown, Irene Vaxford, Serena Bufalino. Join women and men from around the globe. Register today.